Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at. Today, it is 9 a.m. Pacific time, and it is 6 p.m. in French time. We're in the French Riviera tonight. We've been on a family vacation. For those of you who wondered why I haven't been posting my videos this week, we're on a family vacation, and one of the goals of this vacation is to find some places to possibly purchase to use as short-term rentals and then vacation rentals when we come to Europe. If you're in the chat, how's my audio doing? It's perfect timing. I've been planning this stream all week, and there is a gay pride parade going on right behind me. If you guys can see, there's a gay pride parade. So there might be a lot of Cher in the background. There was Lady Gaga on earlier. So just let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Let's see. This is an improvised live stream. I'm running on battery. Bonsoir, Mrs. Steinman. Is the audio okay? She's in the room. Mrs. Steinman, how about some champagne? Let's get some champagne going. Okay, so today's going to be a short stream. Sound is good. That's great. Today's going to be a short stream. We're going to cover a couple things. Let's start off with our housekeeping. I don't know if you guys can hear this parade, but it's only getting louder. But I couldn't help but do it outside. I mean, it's freaking gorgeous out here. All right. Some housekeeping items. I'm going to try to keep a straight face throughout this. And we got our... okay, let's start here. All right, so I've been gone. This is last week, so this would have been 4th of July week. Look at these numbers. 181 new listings. That's down 20%. The down 20% doesn't freak me out too much because it was 4th of July weekend. 4th of July was on a Friday. So Fridays normally when the majority of listings go live. So it doesn't surprise me that people decided to wait. So I bet we see this number up 40% next Saturday. Pending sales, homes that went into contract, 197%. That's a strong number on 4th of July weekend. So maybe you should have listed your house on 4th of July weekend. We sold more homes than we had new listings, but it's okay because it's the holiday weekend. And then we had 162 homes go into contract. This parade is only getting louder behind me. All right, let's look at our lockbox activity. And no surprise here, down 22% in the state of Oregon. Down 22% in the state of Washington. Look, it was 4th of July weekend, and so that neither one of those statistics scares me too much. We're going to see that spike next week. All right, interest rates. Now I'm working on one monitor here, so we're going to try to look at interest rates quickly. Might be a little disoriented. There we go. 6.82, rates ticking back up. Which is kind of surprising with the news, with the Feds almost, promising, without saying that we promise or guarantee, that there will be at least one rate cut this year. Merci beaucoup. Cheers, everybody. I know at home you guys probably would need to have some OJ with this, but it is almost dinner time here. Oh. Okay, our government loans, FHA and VA, 6.35, 6.37. I really want to see that number get to below 6 by the end of summer. We had a lot of momentum. We were heading that direction very slowly. We'll see what next week brings, but it wouldn't surprise me if we saw that number start to creep back down. That's the goal I would like to see us at, is down to below 6%. That really impacts home affordability. When you are a first-time home buyer or somebody trying to get back into the market or trying to get out of their little condo into a home, that 0.25% in rates makes such an impact. And we'll look at that next Saturday. We'll look at our month over month interest rate and what that interest rate does to our buying power from a dollar standpoint. We'll look at that next week and compare to see where we're at in July. Okay. I think that concludes our housekeeping items. Good morning, Jeff. We're going to go to you next. Jeff, I don't know if you can hear this, but it is popping in Nice tonight. And there is a gay pride parade going on right behind me, right here. And it's very loud. They were blasting Lady Gaga. It's been fun doing a little improvised live stream here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be focusing on probably for the next 4 weeks. It's buying internationally. I have a lot of friends, a lot of colleagues that have purchased homes abroad and using them as vacation rentals with positive cash flow on it, and then using them as vacation homes part of the year or on vacations. So we're going to talk to some of those people over the next few weeks. I'm just learning about financing in foreign countries. I'm licensed in a lot of the West Coast, but I'm not licensed internationally. And each country seems very unique. So not tonight because we're drinking champagne. There's a gay pride parade going on behind me. We are entering party mode. We're not going to dive into the mortgage financing today, but that will be the focus of this channel for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. Jeff Mays, who's a friend of mine, retired insurance agent, bought a home in Thailand. And I'm going to try to make this work. I believe he's on if you guys have questions in chat. But he recorded a video for me of his experience buying in Thailand. So it's about a 5-minute video. We're going to watch this. I'm going to plug my headphones in, fire up that chat. Oh, that's good. You don't hear the parade. All right, that's good. Okay. So we're going to go back to screen capture here, and we're going to watch Jeff in his video he made. Let me know if the audio is loud enough in the chat.
You're not just an average mortgage broker. You're the guy that finds creative financing solutions where everybody else just says that's impossible. Today I've got a challenge for you, and that's going to take you on a journey and maybe blow some of your viewers' minds a little bit. Picture this: white sand beaches, crystal clear water, amazing food that costs less than a Starbucks coffee, and a lifestyle where $2,000 a month makes you feel like royalty. I'm talking about Thailand, and I'm about to show you exactly how I'm making my retirement dream happen here. Plus, I need your expertise on the smartest way to finance it. So here's the thing. Thailand isn't just a vacation destination anymore. It's become the retirement hotspot for Americans who've done the math. We're talking about a cost of living that's less than 50% of what you'd spend in the States. And I'm not exaggerating here. My full Thai health insurance costs me $350 a month, even at my age. A nice dinner out, $10. A 2-hour massage, $15, and that's with a tip. Foreigners can't own land in Thailand. That's the law. You can only own the building on the land. Now that might sound limiting, but it actually led me to what I think is the perfect solution: a condominium. The Thai Condo Act allows foreign ownership. You get all the benefits of property ownership, appreciation, a place to live, rental income potential, without the headaches of maintaining land, dealing with property taxes, like in the US, or worrying about landscaping in tropical weathers. My friends in Hawaii pay over $500 a month just to keep their small yards looking good in tropical areas. Now, let me break down the real numbers, because this is where I get excited. 2 years ago, I found this amazing project called Arome Gentium. It's a beachside development about 90 minutes from Bangkok. I bought a unit off plan. which means pre-construction for those not familiar with that term. My condo is going to be on the 41st floor of the 45-story building, just 2 floors below the sky pool and sky bar. The development is amazing, and there's only 314 units, so it's going to be quiet and pretty much upscale. You might think that it's risky to buy that way, but with the right due diligence and spending a few dollars, I hired an attorney to make sure everything was legit. Better safe than sorry. But here's what sealed the deal. The purchase price was 6 million Thai baht. Sounds like a lot, right? But that's only $175,000 for a beautiful condo across the street from the beach. You know, in California, you might get a parking spot for that much. There's always a catch though, right? With condos, you have annual maintenance fees. In the States, these can be killer. But my 500 square foot unit, $1,000 per year. That's it. And it covers security, pool maintenance, gym, all the common areas, everything. I pay that much for front yard maintenance at my townhouse back home. Now, here's where it gets really interesting and where I need your expertise. The developer offered me their financing plan. I made the initial payment on the purchase, then I've been making monthly payments every month for 30 months. It's been super manageable, spreading that cost out over time. But here's my situation. The building completes in May of 26, and I'll need to make a final payment of about $86,000, including furnishing the place. Now I've got the money currently invested, earning about 12.5% annually. So my question for you is, you're the financing guru, is this. Should I pull that money out of my investments, refinance my home in the US, or maybe look at a HELOC? Just so you remember, I've been in my house in Vancouver for about 18 years and have some equity built up. It's worth about $685,000. I owe just under $390,000. Okay, Cody, I need your advice and expertise as added incentive. You're invited to the housewarming party in Thailand, May of 26. Hope you can come over and visit. And I just want you to know, I'm enjoying the heck out of Thailand and really enjoying my flex nomad life. Thanks a lot, Cody. Take care, and I'm looking forward to your answers.
Okay, so the main takeaway from Jeff's video, which is very good, thank you very much, Jeff, is that next May I'm going to Thailand. I think that's the biggest takeaway from that video. It's Mrs. Steinman's coming too. We're going to we can film our own episode of what somebody named that show. What's the Thailand show that just ended on Max? The really weird drama with the brothers. Yes, we're going to May. I am in. Jeff brings up a great point, and I think maybe that's what we'll discuss briefly today, and then really in depth in my daily videos in the next stream. Is let's say you find a property. We found several here that were like, oh my God, this is awesome, and they're affordable. We're talking properties in Mamont by Sakla Khor, in a very touristy area, a nice apartment, small but nice, in a very, very popular part of Paris for $200,000 to $300,000. So let's say White Lotus. Good morning, Uva. So if we, here comes more champagne. This is so awesome, guys. So if we wanted to jump on that, what do we do? The most easy way. This is the way to live stream, guys. The most easy way to be prepared is have that HELOC in place. If you think that there's a chance you might want to do something while you're abroad, have that HELOC in place. HELOCs aren't my favorite tool because the payments typically are interest only, but you only make the payment on the balance that you have, as opposed to doing a second mortgage where you might take out $50,000, $60,000, $100,000. You're going to make payments on that whether you spend it or not. So a HELOC is a great tool to leave it at a zero balance, come to a place like Thailand or the French Riviera, and have that ready to go if you do need to make a deposit, maybe even a down payment, or maybe you have enough equity in your home to buy a little apartment or a condo or a house cash using that home equity line. That way your money is secured at home as opposed to abroad. But we're going to go into a lot of this because a friend of mine who a lot of people watching know, he's in Portugal right now. And he's looking at buying a property, a vacation short-term rental in Portugal. And he was showing me 40-year terms, fixed payment at like 2.875. So I think it's really going to vary, not only the interest rates from country to country, right, but the legality behind it too. Now I know Jeff hired an attorney in Thailand to do a lot of that paperwork and go over a lot of the insurance of what happens if you're buying in a country and the government goes south, or what am I putting at risk when I'm buying abroad. So maybe we'll do a whole episode this week or next week on just that. Uva says, I really like the flexibility of HELOCs, although floating rate. Yeah, those HELOCs typically are an interest rate that varies every month. But in this environment, you're okay knowing that rates should tend down. And once you have the HELOC, then you can figure out your financing. Maybe you do refinance the property you bought in that country at a lower rate, and then pay off the HELOC. The HELOC really is a temporary tool, so you can be kind of spontaneous. Now, in Jeff's situation, he has money working for him at 12%. He may want to go get a second mortgage as opposed to a HELOC at, let's say, 7%, 7.5%. And that way he's still making money on his investments instead of pulling it out. So that's where having a solid mortgage lender, a solid CPA, and even attorney that can kind of round table the best way to handle your certain circumstance. So great questions. I'm so happy to see we have a lot of the regulars on here this morning. Okay, I am almost out of battery. If the stream dies, the battery's dead and we're done. But Mrs. Steinman did pick a couple that I want to look at. And I haven't looked at these yet, okay? So we're gonna go, I want to start in Nice. Is this the Nice or is this the Nice? I think this is the Nice. Oh, this is Paris. We're gonna start in Nice just because we're here. And we're not running any numbers today because look, I'm on vacation, guys. I didn't have a whole lot of time to do research, but that'll happen. We'll be prepared. I just wanted to have some fun with you guys today. So look at this, right off, 209 euros. 2 main rooms, 31 square meters. Somebody convert that to square feet for me. Nice place, Garibaldi. Nice place, Garibaldi. Nice place, Garibaldi. In charming Nice building with all the amenities on foot, streetcar line, and shops. Line 2 entrance to Nice, 2 steps away. Adorable 31 square meter apartment, tastefully renovated in open space spirit. They use ChatGPT too. The main room comprises of living area with integrated fixed kitchen and sleeping area. Bathroom with a toilet rather. Okay, here we go. Apartment sold fully furnished and decorated. Especially where we're at. I mean, if you look at where we're at here, good luck getting your furniture off the street up there. So having a place fully furnished, ready to go is a big plus. Okay, do we get some pictures? Photos of property. All right. Wow, look at that bedroom. You have a ceiling fan right over the bed, a huge ceiling fan. The bed is almost in a room within the room. Nice little sitting area. Looks like engineered hardwood floors. Beautiful windows that open up and probably look right down on a street like I'm on right now. Thank you for that conversion, Uva. Can Can you convert 31 square meters into square feet? Little kitchenette. Very doable. We did walk down this street today. A little sitting area. Very cool built-in seating area. I mean, look, you own property on the French Riviera. I think we're just looking at the same pictures over and over again. But very, very, oh, here's a video. Let's see if we can play this. Start your French lessons, everybody. Now I wonder, we're going to dive into this next on the next stream and on my daily series, but we're going to calculate how what we could expect for a monthly income on the rent here, okay? To see what it would take, especially if we're looking at Jeff's question, do we go HELOC, do we go financing in that country, how do we go about financing it? A big factor that's going to come in there is cash flow. You know, we want to cash flow on these properties to pay for our airfare to come here and check on our properties a couple months a year. Okay, I think I have battery enough for Paris, and then we're going to wrap this stream up early today. Okay, apartment for sale in the 18th. The 18th is Mamont. So if you're looking at a map of Paris, you have the Eiffel Tower, you go across the Seine, and you head east, and Mamont is a cool spot because it is at the highest point in Paris. So you have views of all of Paris from up there. It's also the old arts district where Picasso lived, Renoir lived, and it is beautiful. What I like about being up there is you get out of the modern Paris, which has happens to be, you know, I thought it was kind of rough this time. I felt safe the entire time, but they do have an immigration problem that's very apparent in Paris. And you get in the graffiti. It's like if you took downtown Portland and moved it to France in some parts, okay? And that's not a bad thing. Part of that is the appeal of being in Paris. But if you want to be out of that, Mamont has none of that. The graffiti is very low. It's full of tourists, but it is a magical, magical place. 333 square feet in Nice. Yes, it's $733 a square foot, but it is in the French Riviera. It'll be interesting to compare these numbers to Jeff's numbers in Thailand. Okay, so this one is immediate move-in. Last lots, viewing by appointment. So this is a new home in the 18th. You know, I think we looked at this building too. I think this building is close to the statue of the man that got stuck in the wall. We don't have enough battery to go into that story, so you're just going to have to look it up. Okay, but here we are. Beautiful floors. Look at the views out of that. I mean, that's the nice thing about being in the 18th is you're elevated. And obviously we're on a higher floor in this building. But and it's cloudy in these pictures, but you could probably see the Eiffel Tower depending on what direction. And Sacré-Cœur, of course, is very close. Very nice kitchen with a little table there. Very doable. I do not see a dishwasher, but that's okay. We're going to be eating out the whole time. Okay, very rare balcony. And yeah, that view is pretty incredible. Okay, here's our layout. I don't think that's the unit we're looking at. That's a bigger unit. I think we're looking at a studio. So, okay guys, I did it. I did a live stream from the French Riviera. Let's get caught up. A really nice apartment with the balcony. Thank you for all the nice comments in the chat. Thank you for all your support. We're almost to 100 subscribers. We're going to do a 100-year-old home. Maybe we'll do 100. Maybe we'll do 300-year-old homes. On the train ride to Nice, we saw some homes that were 17th century. But man, it is so beautiful here, guys. We come home on Tuesday, going to start the daily video series back up, and we're going to dive into this international. And who knows, the Steinmans may have a house to rent somewhere in France. We were talking today, how cool would it be to have a little apartment in Paris, a little apartment in Nice, maybe a French countryside home, maybe a condo or a small house up in the Alps, and have a portfolio of homes in France that we short-term rent out, and then we take, the summer, a month or two a year, and we come here and check on our properties and vacation that way. I think what makes that scenario work for us is my wife is in love with France, and she's made me in love with France. And we're going to look at a lot of other countries, but I kind of want to do this series we're going to do through my wife and I being very excited about France, and maybe you guys will be inspired to find a country that you are passionate about and want to take that next step into owning a foreign short-term property. Guys, battery's going to die. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you back next week. Bye, everybody.